Yeah, when I started out, I didn't have a clear blueprint, schematic process, or clear destination in mind. My background is I'm a commercially trained chartered surveyor. I have run my own property company in the background since 2002. I went full time with that in 2008. So I've been doing that for a long, long time. But I wanted to bolt on some skills in order to make it work as a real estate agent, as I brand it. I want to get away from that the traditional estate agency label. So yeah, it was knowing where I wanted to get to and how I wanted to get there. So a big thing for me was seeking out somebody that has been there and done it. You know, if you want to get to a destination, speak to someone who's either at that destination or been in that destination and got the results that you want to create, and they'll help you emulate them. So, with having very minimal, well, zero experience from working within a traditional estate agency practice, my knowledge of processes was zero. But on the flip side, I didn't look to emulate the traditional estate agents. I wanted to be more of the American realtor in my service offering. So it was a blank canvas, but that's not to say everything that the traditional guys do don't work. And there's some American things that the Americans do that aren't applicable over here. So it was being able to find the right coach with the right understanding that's tried and tested to be able to say, right, yeah, this is what works, this is what doesn't work, this is what you need to do, and avoid doing the following. You know, literally black and white. Here's the 4 bullet points for this week. That's exactly how my mind works, and it's how it's helped me unlock the results that I'm getting. So without knowing what the problems were fully, you can't if you can't identify. Like my father said to me once, he says, if you can't identify, well, if you identify the problem, you're halfway towards the solution. My skill set was not experienced in some of these areas, and some of these problems were newly presenting. You know, you fix this problem, you grow a little bit, and then you've got a new problem. So all the problems that I was suffering in terms of known and unknowns, they were just they were completely taking up resources and fundamentally inhibiting my growth. So since working with Chris, I saw a massive uptick in my profitability within the first month. I would say that some of the moves I made starting effective day one, we put into practice. The fee that I paid to Chris and the team, in the first month it paid for itself. So it was just, yeah, it was the payback. It wasn't a cost; it was an investment, which is exactly how we want to brand ourselves. That the people, the real estate agents that are trying to get those results for people, and do get those results for people, because yeah, that's we present as an investment, not a cost. We've started shortening timescales for everything, and we were we were good before on certain things, but now we're really brilliant. Because it's not just enough to secure a deal and go fast, but if you can go hyper fast, it does two things. One, well, there's three things. One, that the client, the vendor's much happier. Two, the buyer's much happier. And three, from a cash flow and profit perspective, that's just good business. I would say it has improved it, because when you sit down with a blank piece of paper and you are a problem solver, yes, you will make progress and you can speak to the right people, or who you feel to be the right people. But when someone's not a coach and they've not necessarily achieved what you are aspiring to, is it the right information? And there's always that reticence with listening to other people. So I would say that there has been a confidence enhancement. Yeah, sure. I would say, having worked with Chris now, and been in discussion with him for several years, I'd actually identified he was the right coach for me. It was just a case of when the business got to a point where I could get maximum bang for my buck out of instructing him. So I would say to anyone who's considering it, start the conversations early. Start working out how Chris could assist you, because the sooner you start having that conversation, the sooner you start bespoking what it is that you need, the sooner you can start getting it, the more profitable your business will be. It's really that simple. I couldn't be more enthused about promoting Chris and his team. He's a phenomenal guy to work with. His track record speaks for itself, and he's just, I'll lovingly joke with certain peers that I collaborate with, you know, about people being tribesmen in our tribe. And I think, you've got that, you've got to connect and resonate on a business level, but also kind of on a personality and personal level. So, he's a great guy to interact with. So it's kind of like that. Like, love, transact. I'm not saying I love the guy, but the point is, it's maximum like, maximum trust, and it's bearing the fruit of the effort that we're putting in. But the key point is, he's giving me the compass heading or course correction, for that efficiency gain. I do have to do the heavy lifting. So I would say to people considering Chris, you know, if you, it is a two-way street. If he's giving you the, plotting the course, highlighting the chart, if you're not prepared to do the heavy lifting, to start paddling or whatever, then it's not the right time for you. But when you are prepared to engage, commit, do the hard yards, it's success is guaranteed.